Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 5 supplemental moves that you can add into your workouts. These are good to just like sprinkle into your workouts every once in a while, and they're functional and stability movements, so they'll help overall with just like your entire workouts and all your other moves that you do in your workouts. So I highly recommend doing some of these moves every once in a while. So with that said, let's get started. Okay, so the first move we have is a dumbbell or kettlebell balance pass. So what that is you grab either your kettlebell, which I recommend using, or if you don't have any, you can just use a dumbbell. It'll just be a little harder to like grip, but that's all right. And so you balance on one foot like this, and you just simply pass the weight in between each hand. And you want to grab a heavy enough weight, and it really challenges your ankle stability. And then so once you do like 8 to 10 passes or like 15 seconds of passes, you switch to the other leg. And if you need to, like press your foot down in between, that is totally okay. And yeah, you just want to focus on your balance here. And so what this is doing, it's making your ankles and your balance just like a lot stronger. So like it's really good for like any movement. Back squats, it's really good for like single leg deadlifts where you float your leg. Obviously that's going to help a lot. It'll really just help overall with any of your movements. So yeah, I would recommend doing that for like 15 seconds for 3 to 4 sets. I have supersetted it with like back squats before. Just superset it with another movement, and it will just like really help you overall with any of the moves that you're going to do in the future. So highly recommend that move. So the next move we have is the farmer walk. You might have heard of this move before. So basically what you do is you grab pretty heavy weights and you hold them by your sides, and you make sure your shoulders are back and your chest is up, and you hold your weights down here, and basically you just walk. That's all you do. And you take small and like short, quick steps, and you would do about 10 or 15 steps in one direction and go in the other direction, or like 20 to 30 seconds in one direction. So with the weight, go like this, and I just walk. And so I'm in a little bit of a shorter space right now, but I would do about like 10 steps in one direction and 10 in the other. And I would use heavier weights than this. This is just the heaviest I have available to me right now. But yeah, definitely want to be really heavy with the weights. And this move is great for your grip strength, like literally so great for it. It transfers into real life when you're carrying like heavy groceries or anything like that. So it's really good just for overall life. And it is a full body move, believe it or not. When you're using heavy enough weight, it works your whole body. So it may look easy, but it can definitely be pretty difficult, and it really gets your grip strength, like it puts your grip strength to the test. So the next move is a Turkish Get Up. I will explain how to do it in a second, but this move targets your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, your core, your back, your shoulders. It really is a great like full body move. It's really good for your muscles in your shoulder for stabilization, which transfers into so many other moves that you would be doing. So we'll just get into it. I'm going to grab a really light weight so I can do it real slow. Okay, so this move, you start laying down one leg is bent up and the same weight with the same leg. So you raise this arm, leg bent. And so first, you're like stabilizing the weight with your shoulder. And then you go to sit up and you catch yourself with your hand. And then you do like a single leg glute bridge almost. Tuck the opposite leg under. You're still holding this straight up. And while you're doing this, you want to be looking up at that dumbbell the whole time. You can also do this with a kettlebell. Anyways, moving on. Then you go up to here. And then you finish off by standing up. So you can reverse it to go back down. And that is how you do a Turkish Get Up. It is such a challenge to like think about the move too, because there's so many parts to it. But once you get it down like the first time, then it just becomes easy and you know what you're doing, and you can really just like focus on getting the full benefits out of the move. So that is just a really good move to add to your workouts, to switch things up, to switch up the speed of your workouts if you're like going crazy with the weights. This one takes a lot of focus, so it's very good. The next move is going to be a walking lunge, but we're going to be holding a dumbbell. I would suggest using a kettlebell. I just don't have any. Holding a dumbbell on one like arm. So with a kettlebell, it'd be easier to like place it on your arm here, but we're just working with what we got. So this is a asymmetric like movement because the weight is loaded onto one side. So, and it's also a unilateral movement because we're working our both legs. So this was good for like training out like any imbalances because you're working each leg individually. So this is great to fix any imbalances for your legs, and it is just great for the weight being distributed like unevenly. So we go like this. You walk and bring your leg up. So I would go in one direction with the weight on one side, and then go in the other direction with the weight on the other side. So that is a walking lunge with the asymmetric loading. And last but not least, we have planks. You definitely have done a plank before in your life, I'm assuming. Planks are so much more than just a core exercise. It really is a total body exercise when you're doing it properly. So I'm going to be just pointing out some tips for planks to really engage your entire body, because I can guarantee someone out there is not doing the correct things for the plank. So I'm just going to be explaining the form for you, because when I started doing planks, I was not doing them the way that we're supposed to engage your whole body. So that is why I wanted to include this move in this workout right now, because they're so beneficial. So we're going to get on the ground. We're going to do an elbow plank. So your shoulders are in line with your elbows, and your hands are just like right here. They can be like this. And your feet are together. So you go into your plank. So you want your pelvis to be tucked in, like in your belly button, sucked in, going towards your spine. And you want, see, I'm already out of breath because I'm tensing up my whole body. So another thing to think about is when you're doing this, you want to think about like scrunching up the floor with your elbows and your feet. You want to drive your elbows back and your feet forward. And you want to make sure that your like quads are engaged and your like feet are sticking out, like your calves are all the way out, your butt is down and tucked in, and I am driving my elbows back and my feet towards each other, thinking about scrunching up the floor in between. And you want your neck to be neutral, in line. You don't want it to be down or up. You just want it straight. You can really enhance your plank by really just thinking about moving your elbows back and shoving your toes towards your elbows. I don't know how else to explain it besides that. You're thinking about scrunching up the floor in between you by driving those back. So highly recommend trying to do that because it makes it 10 times harder than just passively sitting there and you don't really feel much. So that is the move. So those are the 5 moves that you should add into your workouts just to get full benefits. Make sure you're training your body to the best of its ability, and it will help with so many of your lifts and other movements and just overall life. These movements are very functional training style and stability style, so it will just help you in your day-to-day life. So I hope you found these movements helpful and I gave some good tips for them, and I'll see you in the next video.